It is Tuesday, August 5th. Did not record anything yesterday, despite it being the beginning of the week. And that kind of being the plan is to start the week out recording. But I did not do that because if I'm being completely honest, it was just a crazy day. Mondays are just always insane. It's like the day where you have all your meetings, all your recordings, all your like organization for the week, and it's just too much. So I skipped recording yesterday and jumped into it today. So just got back from the barber, clean truck, fresh cut. There's nothing better than that. That is the best feeling. So just getting into the gym, turning everything on. It is kind of late for me to get here. I mean, it's 10:50, but my haircut was at 9:45. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get some work done at home. Woke up at 6:15 today, which is actually pretty late for me. I'm normally like a 5 a.m. guy, but I was getting like 5 to 6 hours of sleep every single night because I was not taking care of my body, which is just a classic entrepreneur mistake. You're just burning the candle at both ends. And if I'm being honest, I was doing that for well over a year, just grinding. I mean, it's been off and on for the last 8 years, honestly, but for the last 12 months straight, it was just crushing me. So I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to make a commitment, sleeping 7 hours. So I set my alarm based on when I think I'm going to fall asleep. So I fell asleep, I believe, around 11:15. So I set my alarm for 6:15, knowing that I'd get my 7 hours. Woke up, went on my ruck like I have been every morning. So I'm on day like 45 or something like that in a row. And then what did I do? I actually worked at home. My daughter slept in so damn late, and I had a barbershop appointment at 9:45. So I spent all morning building out a landing page at home. No crazy morning routine or anything. I literally, this is where I think people get too insane with their morning routine. They're doing like, you know, that guy, he's like dunking his face in like a bowl of ice, and then they're doing like yoga, and you don't need to do all that. I woke up, I first actually went on my portal to talk to some of my distributors for the apparel stuff, which are overseas. So I know they're way different time zones. So I was like, you know, I'm going to wake up, message some of those people back while I sip some coffee and just wake up. Then I read my Bible. Then I journaled. Then I went through about 20 minutes of a course that I'm doing right now. Went out on my ruck, came back, ate breakfast, and then I spent the next hour and a half building out a lead magnet for the community. So if it's done, I'll drop it in the description of this. It's basically a case study. So if you are interested in how I take some of my clients, there's 5 specific clients that have seen amazing transformations, and I walk through what their limiting factors were, how I navigated them through that, and how they got the results that they did, which were phenomenal. So it's really in depth, it's really cool, and it's really just like raw, like case study coaching style, which is cool. So I was building out a landing page for that and everything for that. So spent a lot of time doing that. Now I am going to eat some food. I'm going to prepare for my team meeting. And then I'm going to get into client updates and check-ins. This is going to be one of those days where I'm just hammering out the normal weekly grind stuff. So I'm starving. It's late for my meal, so I'm going to eat. I don't have a ton to go over today, so I'm just going to touch on just some things I'm noticing with the community. So far, we're doing really good, guys. I'm pumped about it. I want to keep pushing. We're not going to push it publicly probably towards the end of this month. Coming out of a team meeting and just talking about team coaching stuff, we were talking about results and the fulfillment inside of coaching people, and I mean, you saw in the last episode, if you watched that last episode, where I went out to California and hung with my client. I almost didn't know what to say on camera afterwards when I was trying to explain how I was feeling and everything. But, you know, when I was out there and I met his mom, his dad, I met his grandma who's in her 90s. I met his friends. Obviously, I got to spend time with his pregnant wife. And they all knew me, which means that he told them about me in some way, shape, or form. And just that alone is such a crazy thing to think about. It's like you really start to realize, and we started talking about these different clients that we work with because we were going over like some of the reviews and stuff that we've gotten this week. Because every week we see new reviews pop in, results, tags, stuff like that. And it's just crazy to think like we have the honor of working with people and getting so close to people that they talk to their loved ones about us and they know us, and it's shaping it's so wild, right? And so as we were going over this, my director of coaching, who kind of helps run and manage this part of the company, pointed out a new review that was unsolicited. I mean, we didn't ask for this review, but it's just, it's my client, and it's just like look, I'm gonna show it on the screen. It was 7 hours ago as I'm recording this, and it just is like, it just really touched me. I mean, Cody has been everything I could hope for in a coach. He's attentive to my goals and concerns. He has taken a thoughtful, personalized approach to developing a well-rounded plan that not only supports my current goals, but sets me up for long-term success. I was hesitant to start tracking macros and lose fat after years of struggling with disordered eating, but working with Cody has allowed me to lose fat in a healthy way and a sustainable way while maintaining a normal relationship with food. Very grateful for his guidance, knowledge, and support. God, and that's, as a non-brick and mortar business, like that's pretty damn solid. 5 stars, all of them 171. Now, it's hard for me not to get like emotional about stuff. Like, you know, being with my client last weekend, it was the same thing, and talking to them and just seeing how much it means. But like this alone, it's so crazy. It's such a humbling, it's such an honoring thing. This is what we get to do. This is the good side of entrepreneurship. When you create a business that has a purpose, that has meaning, that has so much value and creates so much impact, like it's an unexplainable amount of fulfillment that you get. And it explains why the grind and why going through hell sometimes is worth it. Because yes, there's parts of entrepreneurship that is just brutal, but this is why we do it, you know? So anyway, wrapped up team meeting, going through some of these reviews. I'm still finishing up my client check-ins. That's what I got for the rest of the day. And my videographer is going to be here in a couple hours to do some work and some content. But until then, I got to get some client work done. And I just want to share that because it's amazing. Not to plug my company, but I'm going to. If you're curious about what people think, go check out the reviews. I mean, like, it's going to take you a while, but go ahead and check them out. I dare you. All right, so we are on our way to cheer practice. Long day at work, rushed home, had my food already prepped. Big pro tip, because that is the only way you can still eat healthy and hit your numbers on the go. Shredded barbecue chicken, sugar-free barbecue chicken with white rice, broccoli. My wife is an amazing cook. She's the best. What'd you have for dinner, Blakely?
I had a garlic bread pizza.
Garlic bread pizza.
With some mango.
With mango. Yum. What is the name of your cheer team?
Junior Panthers.
Junior Panthers. Do you have any cheers that you can share with the vlog that you can sing?
No.
No? None? What was the one you showed me last night?
Teal Black.
Yeah. How does that one go? Woo! Stop it.
Yes.
Am I embarrassing you? She's at that age now. I'm going to show her the vlog that she was in last time, which was when I was in a photo shoot prep. And you were extremely talkative in that vlog. Like you were, I couldn't even get a word in. You took over the camera. We have our post-workout meal. My beautiful daughter.
What happened to that?
Yeah, it's just very loud. So I can keep beeping. Yep, it is. Hold on one sec, sweetie.
Hold on. Everybody's saying it's fine, and then I just listen. Every time I just listen my eyes and close my eyes like this. And every time I have a butterfly and then my one eye, and I have 2 eyes now. I was having the one eye to do.
Wow. Okay, well, we got a lot going on here. It's chickpea pasta.
Yeah!
With a little bit of grass-fed butter.
Yeah, and fed it to water to pot.
And a little bit of salt.
A little bit salt.
Bon appetit.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I walked away and you kept talking to the camera. You're a natural born star. We are heading there. I am going to actually get some work done while I watch her in my big old comfy camping chair. We got a 2-hour practice, 4 nights a week, 2 hours of cheer practice at 7 years old. It's a grind. Another day out here for my ruck. I don't know what I was thinking wearing a crew neck today. It's pouring, but what time is it? We got 7:55 a.m. Got out here a little bit late. Was getting a little bit of creative work done in the office. It is Wednesday the 6th I think. 6. I know what day it is of the week, but it's sometimes I just completely space out and I forget the dates all the time. But it's Wednesday the 6th. Today is almost solely a creative content day. So I'm gonna stand under this branch to save myself from some of the rain. August 6th and it's already pouring down rain. But to be honest with you, it feels good because it's not that cold. So it's kind of refreshing, even though it is 7 something in the morning. But again, today's a content day, so I'm starting my day like I start every day. Wake up, coffee, Bible, a little bit of creative work just to get my brain going, journal, get outside and move. So I am on my ruck. I gotta check my tracker. I'm on day, what is it, 31 plus 9 is 40 plus 6. This is 46. This is my 46th ruck. I got 54 to go. I'm gonna be in Disneyland at the end of next month, which means I'm gonna be finishing my 100 days in Disneyland, which means I'm gonna be throwing my daughter on my back because I'm not bringing this heavy backpack on the plane to get over there. But I'm gonna finish this ruck. Such a great way to start the morning. Then I'm gonna get into the office, all creative work. So we got some content I gotta film, a little bit I gotta edit, YouTube vlog from a couple weeks ago that I have to review before it goes out. Had the videographer out yesterday, so just reviewing some of that content so I can give him some feedback and stuff so he can go back to editing, which is part of, like, I think the smartest way to handle content at a certain point as a business owner, especially one who does have to consider and do a lot of the marketing, is really being the one that's in front of the camera, who's deciding and determining the vision, the design, the branding, the mission, the words, the persona, the copywriting, that kind of stuff, and allowing people to do what they do. Like, let me paint the picture, give the vision, tell the story, let the videographer shoot the video, let the editor edit the video, let the graphic designer design the graphics. I do a little bit of that because I know how to do a lot of it, but it's always final tweaks. I don't spend my time in the weeds of editing, in the weeds of Photoshop, in the weeds of Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve or whatever editing software you want to use. They're all fine. Even copywriting. I do a lot of the copywriting, but I have help. Landing pages, I decide what the landing page is going to be, the sales page, opt-ins, stuff like that. That's the big picture marketing. My assistant puts it together. I provide the vision, she puts it together, I tweak, we publish it. If I didn't do it that way, I would have no time at all. Same with coaching. We have to have systems and automations in place, but I have to spend a lot of my time coaching because that's my gift. So I guess the big tip there in what my day is gonna be and what lesson you could take on the forefront of today from me: know what you do best, know what your special power is, know what your one thing is, and just do that. Delegate, hire out, build systems, empower people on your team, get other people to share that vision, that mission with you, and let them do what they're best at. Because there's a 99.9% chance as an entrepreneur, you're probably really good at one or two things and you're like decent at the other ones. So that means there's other people you can bring into your team or who are already on your team who want more responsibility, that are 10 times better than you at doing the things that you're spending half your time doing. And if you don't take a moment to a day, every quarter or so, to sit down, audit your time hour by hour, and decide exactly what you need to, here it is, eliminate, delegate, and automate, then you cannot build and grow and scale. Like, that's really it. You have to figure out, you have to look at your time, audit it, break it down. What do you have to eliminate? Meaning, we are wasting our time with this. There's not a big enough ROI, get rid of it. Delegate. Somebody else is going to be better than me at this. I'm going to let them do it. And automate. What can I do to use AI, use automation systems, use CRMs to just make sure this is automated? Because what's the point of me doing it manually? Nobody even fucking knows. It just needs to get done. Eliminate, delegate, automate. That's what I teach a lot of my mentor guys that I help with their businesses and their lives, because you can do that in every area of your life. You can delegate, eliminate, and automate grocery shopping to save time so you can just chill with the fam. So anyway, today will be an example of that. I'm gonna finish this ruck. The rain's starting to come down harder, so I don't want to break my new camera. I'll see you guys soon. So after about like at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of just content. So YouTube thumbnail, 3 different reels, tweaking another reel that was already done but needed some editing, and then some podcast organization before my editor starts working on it. I needed like to get away from my computer because my eyes were just going ridiculous. So getting some shots in of the mesh shorts. I already have the tops done. And we got the white ones over here too. And so as you can see, I have this LED light. And the reason I do that is because these overhead lights are terrible and you can see like a ton of shadow. But if I were to point this down at the shorts, which are on the floor, there's going to be a big shadow around the shorts. If I point it up towards the ceiling, what it does is it bounces off the ceiling and comes down, which is actually a really good tip for progress photos as well. Which is why if you only have one light, you have to use some kind of reflector or an umbrella thing. I don't even know what those are called. I think it's an umbrella. Or you have to have multiple lights, which is how I shoot the podcast. So the podcast, we have the light up top that is light. It's very dulled. That's what that umbrella thingy is. But it comes downward towards me. I turn these overhead lights off. Then I have this one over here, which actually points directly at my face with a very soft light. And then usually what I do is I have the normal or that LED light that I just showed you here low pointing at my face while I'm sitting over here so that my face is lit up, especially when I'm wearing a hat. So you got to get really like fancy with these camera angles, but getting shots in of those so that I can create the mock-ups for the website. Because we got to get them on the website here soon. So what you can actually see here is the finished mock product. So I take that green, remove it, which is really easy on Photoshop. Remove that. I give like a off-white, darkish gray background because if I was to go stark white, it actually makes this look less white, even though the shorts are literally bright white. Put a faint shadow around it, and then I do some editing on the edges to make sure that it eliminates the green edge since it's a green screen, because I still have yet to take the time to hang up that backdrop. So I'm getting this done, then I'm going to get the black shorts done, and I'm going to get all of them on the website, which is TailoredCoachingMethod.shop. Oh, that's spelled wrong. Well, great example of random stuff that pops up in the middle of the day as an entrepreneur that you don't want to deal with, but you have to fix because if you don't, it's just going to linger. So I just went to pull up the site, which by the time you watch this, it'll be totally fine. So TLRD.shop, you can check out all the gear and the merch and the apparel and the journals and all the stuff that we sell. But the website wasn't working. I don't know why, but I have to go into our domain hosting and figure out why it is not letting me go to the site because that is not good. But as an entrepreneur, this is what happens. Random shit pops up, gets in the way, and then you get distracted from what you're actually doing, and then you got to recenter and focus. So this is why I tell people productivity tip 101 is like it's not about being super productive or motivated to work. It's about being disciplined, because the discipline to be able to either not deal with this because it's not a big enough issue or handle it and then get back to what you need to do without other distractions getting away. Like that's the secret here. But nonetheless, what I was getting at, doing all that, getting it on the website for the Shopify site. And then I am going to get the shirts and all that up, which I do not know if I have shown you guys, but I'm honestly super pumped about them. So these are the shirts. That's the front. So oversized shirt, same kind of mock-up style, just a small T logo on the front, which is I think what we're gonna go with. And then on the back, boom, that is the back, which I love. Big Tailored Training Club on the back, a little strip with our T logo on that. The white version right here, sick. And then the front is just gonna be this. Kept bouncing back and forth between this and this. I might actually make them both available if you want the large tailored on the front or the small. And if you do the large tailored, it's just gonna be the strip. If you do the small tailored logo, it's gonna be both. But either way, it's all coming together really well. So I'm going to get these on the website. Then I got to get the Choose Hard collection on the website. And my goal, it's August 6th, Wednesday, August 6th, as I'm recording this. And my goal is to get them up before September so that September 1st, we can put these out and get everybody rocking the gear. So I'm going to fix the website because now I have another task to do in the middle of the day, which I didn't want to do. Let's get to it. Damn it. Not quite the introduction I was hoping for. I thought the stand-up desk would get all the way up to my face. Oh, let's go. It is Thursday, August 7th. Last time I popped on here, I was dealing with that website issue. It took me damn near all day, like all day. It really kind of fucked up today, if I'm being honest. But still got a lot done. And then I did a 30-minute conditioning session at the end of the day just to wrap things up. Then went to cheer practice. And actually, it was dope. Went to cheer practice with my wife and ran into a couple clients and just literally bullshitted with them the whole time. Not my clients, but just clients of the company, members. And literally got to just talk shop and hang out with them the whole time for 2 hours. So it was really cool. Now, we got a few things going on. So right now I am actually just got done. It's been a long day of like just content stuff. Again, Wednesday, Thursdays tend to be that way. But the wifey came in because she does the man stuff for me and helped me get the backdrop up. It looks terrible in this camera right now, but I'm gonna iron that out, steam it out so it's nice and flat, and then I have it going super low so it'll actually come onto the floor a little bit, and then we can put a table behind it actually and then push it out so that it rolls nicely over the table. And what that would allow me to do is get nice photos of the hats and the gear, as well as move the table, stand in front of it for like model shots. So we got that all taken care of, and then I was wrapping up some content stuff, and now I'm actually putting together the vault, which is really dope. Actually, this is a good tip for anybody out there who doesn't know how to organize their stuff. I used to use Trello. I use Asana now. I have no affiliation with them, but I switched them because it's free, and there's no point in paying for stuff like that unless you're using the paid features. And the only paid feature I was using is the calendar on Trello. Pointless. But I do this every week. I have my key 5, and this week, podcast PR, 5 reach outs, lead magnet, new Shopify collections, which is what I was dealing with yesterday. And then I'm going to get the podcast on TikTok. Those are the main things I got to do. Now, I only put my most important 5 elements. These are the things that aren't normal, like scheduling reels and daily content, which has multiple things under it. And then media meeting, director of coaching meeting, admin meeting, Monday client updates, payroll. These are like, I got to do those things no matter what, right? So I'm not adding those, but every day allows me to just check off the boxes and get shit done. So, and then I have these other areas where like I have the content calendar for my assistant to pull from for some of the different channels. So like she can actually go in here and go, okay, like I gotta post this reel, which actually I already posted this. So that's the app one. Anyway, this is like basically where we go. She can go, okay, this is what went out today. Baking soda. It's like a reel about a hunger hack, and it goes on the TCM page. So she has this, and then I have the podcast calendar that I can do the same exact thing. And you can see we only do 2 podcasts a week, really. But this allows me to schedule them out, right? So I can upload everything I need right into here. It's got the Google Drive folder. Then my editor can just go right in there. He can see the show notes, the different camera angles, the audio file, the show notes, and then he has a folder that I create called finals, and then he can drop the finals in me. The different reels, the reel covers, the actual full podcast. It just makes everything very streamlined. So Asana, it's really good for that. Obviously, I have my content calendar as well, which I have not been super good with because it's kind of intuitive for me now. But I used to use this very often, and you can see it's like the posts, the reels, the stories, the transformations, everything I'm sharing on a daily basis. So, but anyway, I show you that because hopefully I would imagine there's entrepreneurs out there that are like, man, I am a mess. How do I make this better? And that's how you do it. Now the vault, what I was getting at is something that we're doing inside of our community, which if you haven't gone and checked out the community, go to tailored-coaching.com/community. You can check it out. There's no long-term commitment. It is $97 a month. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this. Everything's always been like high level, I believe premium service compared to what cheap ass online coaching you'll get out there. We go above and beyond, and that is a guarantee and a commitment. But there is a higher price tag, and there is a commitment, right? We require a minimum of 4 months, and our coaching is $347 a month or $497 a month, depending what type of training you're doing. Are we doing just nutrition, personal coaching, fitness and nutrition, training programs? So like, there's a lot to it, but it's the best coaching on the planet. That's why people find us so much, and I don't even have to post content for it. And that's not a brag. It's just the truth. We have so many great results, so many reviews, so many positive reviews and content and referrals that we keep growing. And so we needed to create something that allowed us to scale continuously, indefinitely, and service people who can't afford that or maybe don't need it. And that's a lot of the people that they go through coaching with us. They have this amazing transformation and they want to be in the tribe still. They want to be plugged in and connected and learn from us still, but they can't afford to pay a high price tag month after month for years on end, which we totally understand. So this is a way that allows us to get them inside of a community, and it's really dope. So we have, this doesn't look normal because it is my admin. We actually, as I'm recording this right now, we haven't even gone live. We've only allowed past clients to jump in here. So we already have a good amount of people in here, but like we have the, like introductions is 56 people already popping in there and just making a bunch of introductions. It's so cool too. Like people are just telling their stories and like hanging out and talking in here. It's amazing. And then we have the pro tips and resources. This is where the coaches come in and they actually break down like literal examples, Loom videos even of like sharing this stuff with people. Like you can see here, this is Kyle on a Loom video breaking down some MyFitnessPal stuff. Super, super helpful. You can utilize our weekly check-in. You're not going to get a one-on-one response, but this is a way that you can use it yourself and actually coach yourself. Virtual tour, we show you how the whole thing works. There's a whole course on how to set up your nutrition, like literally.
Hi, everyone.
So like Ariel actually takes you through the whole process of how to set your macros, how to do everything. Same thing with your fitness routine. Coach Nick comes in here and breaks down how do we set up our training program and what the phases are and how to set up specific exercises and everything. Literally, we teach you how to do it, everything. You can create your own tracker. So you will see like we actually allow them to, if you want to jump in, use our metric tracker. These are proven systems we've used for years. I mean, it's just like a phenomenal service, right? I did a whole entire mindset course. This is really dope. Super proud of this. And this is something that I think is a game changer for people. But like I literally go through how to audit your environment and build self-control. Then I go through self-discipline. Then I go through self-belief and confidence, self-respect, all these things, right? You get access to different discounts on supplement companies and the Tailored Trainer app. There's a live coaching call every single week. Every other week is a full community group call. And then the weeks in between, it's either a men's call or a women's call. So we have one of each of those gender calls per month. So it's literally only men, only women, because yes, men and women are dramatically different, especially when it comes to, I mean, there's so much science out. The psychology and the physiologically, hormones and the brain, the mindset, it's totally different. So we coach people where they're at for who they actually are. It's just being very, very real and pragmatic. And this is, we have the separate things. We even have chat rooms. I didn't show you, but we have chat rooms. We have a full chat group for messaging and everything for the women and men. I mean, it's literally the best group coaching you'll ever find. I think it's going to change the way group coaching is done inside the industry. I truly believe that. And I'm actually really, really excited for people to get in here and see this and this become the new standard. Because we've already been setting the standard for one-on-one coaching and we'll continue to do that. But anyway, what I was actually getting at, this is my ADHD kicking in. So I'm fired up about this. This is like the coolest thing. Now, I'm actually putting in the different modules. I mean, we have so many courses on our back end. We have the hunger course, the 3-phase fat loss course, supplement course, the training foundations, the nutrition foundations. This one, how many modules is it? I mean, look at this. Intro, nutrition hierarchy, lifestyle and behavior change, calories and energy balance, macros, overview, protein, fats, carbs part 2, alcohol, micronutrients, mealtime supplements. Like we go through the whole gambit, and it's literally high level education courses on what you need to know to fully understand training and nutrition, supplementation, mindset, that automatic light. It's amazing. So anyway, wanted to share that because I'm putting in this vault. So there's going to be literally like 40 plus hours worth of content in there. This is a long ass rant, but I am super stoked about that. So I'm finishing up the vault. I'm getting all that in there before we go live. This video is being recorded a couple weeks before it actually airs. So if you're watching this and you are interested in $97 a month for coaching that is next level, we have an 8-week guarantee. You will lose 10 pounds. If you have 10 pounds, lose. If you're like super lean, you got a couple pounds to lose, don't mess with it. Like, come on, you know the deal. But we did a beta group. We had 45 people in there, and on average, they lost 11.8 pounds. So it's our 8-week guarantee that you will lose 10 pounds. It's just a phenomenal service. There's no long-term commitment. It's amazing. So that link will be in the description. I'm super stoked about it. I think everybody who gets in there will be too. I'm about to finish up that vault, and then in 10 minutes from now, I have a live call with my mentor clients. So these are men that I coach that are fellow fitness business owners, and I mentor them on business, fitness, nutrition, and life, entrepreneurship, everything. Just sharing with them and coaching them based on everything I've learned, everything I've picked up from others, and everything I've gone through and failed with, so they don't fail with the same thing. Today, we're going over KPIs and metrics, the most important things to track inside your business to be successful and never be confused as to why you're not growing and to ensure you keep growing. I'm gonna finish this vault and then get on this live call. I hope all of that was useful, and happy Thursday. I'll share my screen. We'll do a lot of good questions. This is things we're going really well. If this is your full month, there's nothing you can do right now for this month. It is Tuesday, August 12th. Skipped a few days on the vlog. Just busy, just chaos. This is part of the reason why I do weekly vlogs and I don't try to do a full daily vlog, because sometimes as an entrepreneur, father, husband, all this stuff, the day just gets the best of you, and next thing you know, it's over. So wrapped up last week, was very busy, just working through a lot of the community building and stuff that we're doing. Then I had my in-laws in town. I mean, like all of them. So it was a full house, and it was a blast. And we had them for the weekend, the kids, all that. Went golfing on Sunday, meant to bring this, but forgot. Beautiful day to golf. It was like 88 degrees, which is rare for out here. And beautiful day. Still sucked at golf like normal, but I love getting out there and doing it anyway. And today is Tuesday. So today I have been working on playbooks, which is a massive help for any business owner out there who has a team, assistant, media, anything like that. I do what is called playbook. It's kind of like having game tape, right? So what I do is I go in and I create the system, and I literally just film myself going through the thing that they need to learn, and that becomes their playbook that they can look back on as game tape. So today I created 2 new playbooks for different types of content. So one being from the Tailored Coaching Method podcast, Tailored Transformations podcast, which we are changing to become the Tailored Coaching Method podcast, just because it's more than just transformations. But we actually interview our clients on there, which is kind of unheard of. There's not many coaching companies that do this because it puts us out there, but it's the most real and raw and honest way to market yourself, is to bring clients who got crazy results on the podcast and let them talk about it, not you. So we just ask, and then they just tell their story of working with us, their experience, their transformation. It's really, really cool to listen to. That's the Tailored Transformations podcast. It's also on our website, TailoredCoachingMethod.com. But pulling content out of those episodes that are hosted by the director of coaching on my staff, Ariel, and then like taking the right clips and putting a beat behind it, editing the right photos into it, setting up the layout, the font, the text, the size, all of that, the transitions, how you're going to cut out filler words. That stuff doesn't just come naturally to people. So it has to be taught. And instead of hiring somebody who doesn't know the brand, I like hiring within if I can. And so I map out how to do it with a playbook. So I literally film myself editing one, and it creates a template. And then I can save the template in a Google Drive for my assistant to take. And now she can create countless transformation reels using the template that I created. And I did the same thing with a day of eating. So we have all of our coaches sent in their different meals, and it's like a day of eating with Coach Ariel. And it's a 1,800 calorie meal plan, and it just breaks it down. So mapped out a bunch of those. And again, this is just for any tips for people out there. I've done this with program design early on, of like make sure my coaches understand my philosophy and my methods and the performance bodybuilding style of programming that I do. I've done this with my assistant for the way my calendar is laid out, my inbox, so she can help me filter the inbox, email funnels and marketing, everything. Anything you do as a business owner that doesn't need to be forefront with your face. Like this vlog would obviously be weird if it was my assistant Bailey on the screen talking about my day. You would be like, this is awkward and it doesn't make sense. And that's not why I'm watching this, right? So you can't do it with everything, but you can do it with a lot of stuff. So anything that you are not needing to be present for, because at the end of the day, if the service is provided, if the media is created, if the job gets done and nobody second guesses, and nobody really cares who is actually on the back end doing it, you shouldn't be doing it. Just going to jam up your schedule, which gets very stressful and very hard to deal with. So create playbooks, but create a bunch of playbooks. I'm gonna go wrap up some client meetings, and then my guy Lee is coming into the gym. Lee is a police officer out here in Seattle. Really good dude, great family, love him. Our families are becoming closer. I love seeing that. We start building a relationship in the gym, and then it expands beyond that. Now our families are hanging out, which I love to see. But the gym creates bonds with people. So he's going to be in here in a couple hours, and we are going to hit a leg day together. So I'm going to get busy, get back to work, and then I'll catch you back here in the gym. Got walking lunges, big squats on that. And that is a wrap. Leg day finished. Vlog episode 3, I think, finished. Shutting the spot down for the night. Brutal leg day. That was actually the last session, leg day session of this block. Next week we start a new training block. So I followed that one for 4 weeks. We're gonna keep some of the movements into the next block, change some of them out, keep working on some explosiveness, some dynamic movements, because I'm just working through some rehab, some injuries. But my low back, my knee, everything has been feeling amazing. So I'm actually gonna start running again. So I'm gonna start running in the morning, probably 3 or 4 days a week. Start building up my mileage, because eventually I wanna jump into an ultra trail run. If not a full marathon, but one of the two. I mean, ultra trail run is 50K, so it's further, but with it being a trail, there's some hiking, some walking, some resting. So it's actually, from what I've heard, who knows really, it's easier than an actual full marathon, just easier on your body. But nonetheless, that's going to start next week. So next week we got a new training block. I'm going to add running back into the mix. So we'll add another 3 or 4 sessions per week on top of what I'm already doing. So calories are probably going to go up too. I'm going to shoot a full day of eating here soon just so get a capture of what I'm actually doing inside the gym and inside the kitchen. But for now, I'm going to wrap up the office, head home, and eat a good meal with my girls. Until next time.